Laika. My second question is also for the Prime Minister. It follows up a bit on what I asked earlier. The CFT has been saying for quite a while that the government apparatus itself is very large. The budget of St. Martin, the majority of it goes between personnel and education, for instance. Are there plans to downsize government and government-owned companies? Are there any plans? Are there any agreements on the table?
As far as I know, as chair of the Council of Ministers, we have never spoken about downsizing the government apparatus. We haven't spoken about downsizing the government-owned companies as well. What we are talking about is income-generating measures, and we have spoken about cost-cutting measures as it relates to our operations in certain areas where we can perhaps cut back on. But one of the things that we are more focusing on right now is definitely income generating measures. So as far as I have been here since I've been sworn in as Prime Minister, we haven't spoken about downsizing the government apparatus, not in the Council of Ministers meeting. So yeah, that is my response to that question. I got a similar question from another reporter, and it shocks me how information goes out to the public without my knowledge, or at least without the Council of Ministers' knowledge. Then we have to come in and defend. But indeed, we have not spoken about that. If you ask me, though, if we're going to be looking for those civil servants that are not working and still getting paid and falling through the cracks, that's a different question. So everyone, you come to work, you give government your full hours, just as much as government has to pay you, you have to also produce and you have to come to work. That's a different matter. And I think in the past we called it ghost workers, and that was a situation that we tackled back then, and it's something that we have to look into now. But I do know that there aren't as much ghost workers as we had in the past because of that exercise. Should we revisit? That is something that we have spoken about, yes.
This question is for the Prime Minister. I'm sure you've been keeping abreast of the news, of course, coming out of Bonaire, as well as the news, well, not the news, the ongoing situation in Statia, where the Dutch government is taking more of an active role in governance of those two territories. On St. Martin, of course, we have a different status, and there has been concerns that through the trust fund and through the ability to give money to certain entities such as GEBE and the airport, that the Dutch will make similar moves through those government-owned companies to try to take over management of the company, perhaps even try to get to streamline the personnel, which is something that the CFT has also been asking for. Are you aware of any such move? Is there any agreement or any talks of such?
Thank you, Alita, for that question. Indeed, I am aware of the Bonaire and Statia issues that are currently being, talked about right now. As it relates to the Dutch taking over with similar moves, at this point in time, there has been no indication of such. I can tell you that indeed many of the entities that you have identified have asked for funding through the trust fund. If you ask the question, is the Netherlands interested, or not interested, but has the Netherlands made a proposal in order to get certain conditions to be implemented in order to get some of the trust fund money? Indeed, they have. But are they going to take over? There has been absolutely no talks about taking over any of our companies, and I don't think that's in the best interest of St. Martin, but absolutely not.
You can win with the Caribbean lottery. You can win, making a difference, changing lives. Take a chance, and you can win with the Caribbean lottery. You can win, you can win.
SXLM, connecting you.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Last week, I was fortunate to attend the Latin America Geospatial Forum in Mexico City, along with my Secretary General, Mr. Louis Brown. The forum, which saw representatives from over 40 countries, gathered under the theme Geospatial Information, Making a Difference for Millions. The forum is the largest regional conference on geospatial information and technologies, and it provided a platform to meet and network with regional leaders and experts from the geospatial domain. The forum provided great insight into many different areas, and two focuses that were of particular interest to me were the symposium on climate change and natural disasters, and construction and engineering. In both symposiums, it was discussed and demonstrated how geospatial information can be used to develop national strategic plans that can in particular help us in measuring the environmental, social, and economic impact of natural disasters, as well as how we can start our move towards more resilient planning and better design of infrastructure. This forum tied perfectly in with the National Spatial Data Infrastructure consultation that the ministry held in August. One of the main goals of that consultation was to discuss the importance of sharing each organization's GIS layer, in order to create maps with more accurate and detailed information. As we took note in Mexico of how the technology is implemented in countries much larger than ours, we are now tasked with how we will translate that information to work for us here in St. Martin. Next, last week while I was in Mexico, there was a stir caused locally when it was reported that the government was supposedly withholding pertinent information from the general public. I think my colleague ministers did an excellent job of responding to the allegations, and I as well would like to add my 2 cents now. The issue at the landfill is a problem that this current government did not create. It is one that we met. Through years of mismanagement, delays, bureaucracy, and a fear of taking unpopular decisions, we are where we are today. I would like to reiterate that we are doing everything in our power to ensure that this matter is resolved through the most safe, environmentally friendly, economical, and socially acceptable path. To complement the World Bank study, which was a bit limited in scope, the ministry is engaging the services of the Dutch Institute for Public Health and Environment to conduct wider air quality tests in surrounding communities, specifically geared at assessing risks to public health. As those tests are done and the report has been finalized, we will be as transparent as we can with the results. We have nothing to hide. That being said, the fire suppression project is still moving along. Environmental and social assessments are being conducted, and we have already started to procure some of the equipment that will be needed for the suppression of the work. Of course, nothing ever moves as fastly as we really want it to. The important thing is, though, that it is steadily moving forward. Lastly, as reported, the road patching project has resumed this week with work scheduled to be done in the Colby area. Originally slated to start Monday evening, it was postponed due to the rain and again last night for the same reason. As soon as the weather cooperates, work will resume. All work is now being carried out at night to avoid the delays that we experienced a few weeks ago. In anticipation of the start of this year's high season, the Department of Infrastructure has started and will continue, weather permitting, to beautify the Phillipsburg area by removing old trees, replacing loose bricks, removing hazards, etc. The return of the cruise vessels is critical to our economy, and we recognize its importance. In that light, I am asking businesses to please be mindful of the way trash is disposed. Trash should be put out at the end of the business day in designated areas for whatever means of pickup has been arranged. Also, I am imploring all motorists to not park on the sidewalks. We need these areas clear so that our guests and us as residents as well can safely and comfortably walk the streets and enjoy our beautiful town. I know the Ministry of Justice will also be monitoring the situation. Save yourself the fine and the hassle of having your car towed away. As Phillipsburg is often the first and last impression our tourists have of our island, it is important that we all pitch in as government, business owners, and residents alike to keep the town clean and safe.
You can win with the Caribbean lottery. You can win, making a difference, changing lives. Take a chance, take a chance, and you can win with the Caribbean lottery. You can win, you can win.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact Wib today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Corrales spent his days under extremely poor detention conditions. As part of the violation, the toilets in the multi-person cell leaked and could not be closed off. The detainees had used towels and sheets to separate the toilet from the rest of the cell, which was equipped with two bunks bed for 4 detainees. It was the rule rather than the exception that one of the 2 additional detainees were held there and they had to sleep on a mattress on the floor at night. The defense further argued that a 1-person cell was not even equipped with the basics such as a cupboard, a table, and a chair. That were no structures in detainees' days, that the medical care had been inadequate, and that Corralo was locked up for 24 hours a day. Attention was also drawn to the building structure of the cells, which did not provide access.
23.
Pardon?
23 hours a day.
Yes, that's what I said. He was locked up for 23 hours a day. So which would mean only probably twice a half an hour he was taken to an area where you can, get some breeze and just look at the sky. Attention was also drawn to the building structure of the cell, which did not provide access to natural light and ventilation. The attorney, Sulveran, said he considered violation of Article 3 the worst infraction. The magistrates are directly responsible for this. They has always allowed Corralo to be tortured. The conviction is therefore due to them. This is a shame for the kingdom. But of course, and unfortunate, the Netherlands will consider it a violation by St. Martin, while the judges from the Netherlands who come here to pronounce judgment would never dare do the same like this in the Netherlands. This is already the 3rd case the Netherlands has lost, he said. The equal treatment of all detainees and prisoners in St. Martin. So basically, whether it's the police cell or the point blank physical. MP York, he decided, Minister, what happened if the lawyer of all those other detainees and former and present detainees who have gone or are going through the exact thing that we are now hearing about, or maybe even worse, what happened if these lawyers take their case to courts also? Well, the St. Martin Anti-Poverty Platform and the St. Martin Consumers Coalition would also want immaterial damages for all. Because if this is the case, Corralo case sets jurisprudence, as we would say. Equal treatment for all people in St. Martin, the poor and needy households on the southern part of Swalija. Material and immaterial damages for not implementing the non-discrimination principle throughout the kingdom, the Article 2 of the international convention, economic, social, cultural rights, as well as Article 2 of the civil and political rights.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness. Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
Hi, what's up, St. Martin? My name is Rene Leverett, and I play baseball. And I've represented St. Martin in numerous international tournaments and professionally around the world. Sports matters to me because it reveals and develops character. So I challenge the business community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facilities. I also ask the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take the challenge and step up for sports. Because hashtag sports matters, hashtag are you in?
C'est avec un plaisir non dissimulé et je l'espère partagé ce matin que je vous retrouve très tôt, il est vrai, mais ne dit-on pas que l'avenir appartient à ceux qui se lèvent tôt, justement. Plaisir partagé donc de vous retrouver dans ce fief historique de quartier d'Orléans après une année bien éprouvante pour tous les habitants de ce quartier, en particulier pour l'ensemble des Saint-Martinois. Aujourd'hui, nous célébrons ce qui fait notre force. Vous l'avez dit, notre unité. Nous célébrons l'histoire de notre île et je suis vraiment heureux de vous accueillir pour ce moment de partage et de souvenir. Ce souvenir, tout d'abord, de nos soldats qui ont combattu durant le premier conflit mondial et dont certains ont payé de leur vie leur engagement pour la France. Nous célébrons cette année le centenaire de l'armistice de 14-18. Cette date symbolique nous rappelle ô combien le devoir de mémoire est nécessaire pour connaître notre passé. Trop nombreux sont nos compatriotes qui considèrent que ces commémorations de guerres lointaines en Europe ou en Afrique du Nord ne nous concernent pas. Pourtant, les Saint-Martinois ont participé à de nombreux conflits. Ils ont toujours été au rendez-vous de la solidarité nationale et l'ont parfois payé de leur vie. Il est important à mes yeux ce matin de rappeler cet engagement pour la France de nos ancêtres, un engagement qui mérite notre respect. Grâce aux recherches de M. Serge Gomes, dont les travaux sont actuellement présentés à l'hôtel de la collectivité, dans le cadre d'une exposition organisée par les anciens combattants et les archives territoriales, nous savons aujourd'hui que pas moins de 137 poilus saint-martinois ont participé à la Grande Guerre, une épreuve considérable pour de nombreuses familles saint-martinoises. Cette commémoration rappelle à nos vies contemporaines les combats de nos anciens. Elle nous invite à ne pas oublier la participation de nos anciens à une histoire mondiale commune. Voilà pourquoi le devoir de mémoire de la transmission reste essentiel. Les sources, les documents, les photographies, les lettres et les journaux de cette époque doivent entrer dans notre patrimoine partagé. C'est pourquoi je ne peux qu'encourager chacun à se rapprocher des archives territoriales de Saint-Martin pour alimenter et enrichir notre histoire commune pour qu'elle puisse être conservée et transmise de génération en génération. Se souvenir aussi que Quartier d'Orléans a été fortement touché par Irma et que, comme le veut la tradition, nous célébrons aujourd'hui la fête du quartier. Nous avons mis en place un programme d'animation pour permettre à la population de se divertir et de décompresser le temps d'un week-end. Quartier d'Orléans est au cœur des priorités territoriales. Tout d'abord, parce que la politique de la ville a désigné ce quartier et celui de Sandy Grande comme quartier prioritaire du contrat-ville, et qu'un programme d'action visant à améliorer le cadre de vie des habitants a été instauré pour les 5 prochaines années. La création de la Maison des services publics, mieux connue sous le nom de MSAP, située à quelques mètres de nous et que nous avons inaugurée au mois de septembre dernier, est un exemple de l'engagement de notre collectivité et de ses partenaires institutionnels en faveur de nos administrés de Quartier Orléans et de ses alentours. Ainsi, le service public est venu jusqu'à vous et je vous invite à profiter des dispositifs et des personnels qui sont ici pour vous accompagner dans vos démarches administratives.